Welcome to another edition of RealSportsLive.com, Real Sports Live Southwest. Freddie Rea, alongside, of course, the coaches every week. Week 2, Gridiron Talk. We're live from Mi Pueblo Restaurant, 1920 North Veterans Boulevard in Eagle Pass, Texas. 776-7796 is the number to call. As you can see behind me, yes, you can watch us live on YouTube, on Roku TV, Apple TV, on our Facebook page. But today we're live on our YouTube channel. That is RIO Sports Live. Freddie Rea, we're going to have a special guest, Grant Bibb, General Manager of Ram Country Auto World. So we want to thank everybody who is logged on and tuned in. Don't forget, every week, every Thursday morning at 10 o'clock, 10:15, we have our weekly Gridiron Talk Show with Coach Tom Gonzalez of the Eagle Pass Eagles and Eric Villaseñor, the coach for the Eagle Pass CC Wind Thundering Mavericks. So make sure you tune in every Thursday morning. And today we're at Mi Pueblo, Tuesdays and Wednesdays. If you bring your child and you buy an adult buffet, they get it for free on Tuesdays. That's for lunch. Yeah, breakfast buffet and lunch buffet. Also, if it's your birthday, let's say it's your birthday today. Well, if you bring a party of 6, 5 of you pay, the birthday person gets it free. That's right. That's at Mi Pueblo Restaurant, 1920 North Veterans Boulevard. Delicious breakfast, and they have lunch. So they're open from 7 to 2 every single day of the week. We're live on RealSportsLive.com, Real Sports Live Southwest. We're going to take a quick break here in a minute, but don't forget tonight, we are live from Laredo, Texas, the Student Activity Center, as we bring you Thursday night football from Laredo, Texas. Laredo LBJ versus Corpus Christi Ray. That's a good matchup on a Thursday night. That's our Thursday night game of the week for Real Sports Live Southwest. And we'll be back with more after this. You're watching Real Sports Live, RealSportsLive.com. Valdez Tire Record Service, located at 522 North Pierce Street in Eagle Pass, Texas. With 24-hour roadside service, commercial tow, automotive repair shop. Call us today at 830-757-3102. Valdez Tire Record Service wishes the Eagle Pass Eagles and the CC Wind Mavericks a successful 2018-2019 season.
EPER Recycling Center, 3323 Del Rio Boulevard, open Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. But don't throw it away. Recycle it today at 3323 Del Rio Boulevard. For more information on how to turn your scrap into cash, call 758-0685 or find us on Facebook.
Mi Pueblo Restaurant is located at 1920 North Veterans Boulevard. Come by for their hot and fresh breakfast and, of course, the lunch buffet. Mi Pueblo wants to wish the Eagle Pass Eagles and the CC Wind Mavericks a successful 2018-2019 season. Come by every morning or at lunchtime. Mi Pueblo Restaurant. Pizza Hut by the Mall, located at 405 South Bibb Street, supports both the Eagle Pass Eagles and the CC Wind Mavericks. Come by and try our lunch buffet, all you can eat. Salad, pasta, pizza, for only $5.99 when you mention you saw this ad on Real Sports Live Southwest at the register. Come by Pizza Hut at the mall. And we're back live. We have beside me, to my left, is Coach Tom Gonzalez of the Eagle Pass Eagles. To my right is the General Manager of Ram Country Auto World, 1997 North Veterans Boulevard. Call him at 830-872-3444. That's Mr. Grant Bibb. How's it going this morning, Coach? For you first, how's it going?
Doing good.
Yeah, you're good.
Doing good. Thank you very much for having us.
Grant, how you doing this morning?
Awesome. It's awesome to be part of the show. I was absent last week, and it was hard for me all of last year to, even though I bleed orange, when I'm representing season win colors, I told Eric.
I get it. That's all right.
I graduated from Eagle Pass High School '89, so last year was hard for me because I had a show because I was the general manager of Del Rio. So I'm very proud to be back in my hometown and help the community and
There you go.
We
There you go.
appreciate that.
Coach, 42-14. Can we say more? I mean, the offense, you were 28-0 at the half. Your offense fed off your defense. Your defense also did a tremendous job. Perales, in the first half, ran for 125 yards. Of course, Ray Mendoza receiving went over 100 yards. The gameplay of those two guys, of course, the running back position at the receiver position. How do you feel after the first game?
Oh, we feel great. Our kids executed the game plan. They, I think our coaches did an awesome job all week preparing them, and our kids really came out and played hard. They're the ones that get their picture in the paper and their name in the paper, but the ones that did the hard work were in the trenches were the O-line and Richie at quarterback, and so we got to give credit to everybody. Defensively, same thing. I mean, we have 11 guys that go to the ball and really they hustle on every down, and we're very proud of our defense also.
And now this week, of course, you got a familiar foe in Southwest, the Dragons. You go to the Dragon Pit this week. How do you feel about that? And what did you guys? Of course, you're familiar with them because they were in 29-6A. Now they dropped down to 14-5A Division II. They're in the CC Win Maverick. But Coach Elliott always has those guys ready. What do you see from them and Kate Scott and some of those guys that are returning this year?
Well, you said it. Coach Elliott does an excellent job with those guys, and they're a tough opponent to play, especially early in the season. So we're looking for a very physical football game. Our kids are ready for it, and like David Kipudo said yesterday, he said they took the district championship away from us. We had to share it with them last year, and I'm sure they feel the same way. So it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, and that was a great game here in Eagle Pass last year, where you guys came back in the second half. You guys were a primarily second half team last year. This year it's from start to finish. You guys didn't let up the pedal. Uvalde didn't know what to expect. Now they travel down here to Eagle Pass and take on the crosstown school in CC Win. And I don't know if RT Gonzalez is actually ready for CC Win.
They're going to have a tough game with Win. Win is a very good football team. Uvalde is a very good football team. They're both very well coached, and I expect a really good game here in Eagle Pass.
Well, Grant, I know you bleed orange, and I know that last year, of course, you were still in Del Rio when we had that game in Del Rio, and you were present at that game. You were wearing orange, but again, you were supporting the Rams last year. You're supporting the Eagles and the Mavericks this year. But last year, when we went down to Del Rio and we put our flag right in the middle of the Ram, did you get any grief from it?
No, I didn't. But the radio show and the coach and all that, they were just disappointed. And I can tell you, during the show, there's a lot of respect. Even though we're trained in Eagle Pass, I remember when I was being 7, 8, 9 years old. You're trained to hate Del Rio because we're its rival. It is
right.
What it is.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, Coach Frenchie McKay's a class act. He respects Tom and all that. He always talked very highly of Tom and
he's a great guy.
But it's that professionalism, and yes, we want to beat you. It doesn't matter if you go 1-11 as long as you beat Del Rio.
Right.
Yeah.
Really, but you really don't want to have that bad season. But there's a lot of respect, and they were like. They didn't see that, they kind of felt like that's not out of character. And I didn't ask if I don't know, but that's not who we are and
right.
represent. It's just, because I know a couple years ago when Ty was quarterback, there was some bad calling. There's a lot of things that we go back and forth. And now that I'm on this side where I belong, I remember it's just kids being kids, and we're excited, and they were number one to beat, and we finally got them, and I rubbed it in their face. I told them it was coming. And I said it's going to be a big blow. So I'm glad we beat them pretty bad. But, I know, Coach, you have a partner. Kids are in the moment, and we make mistakes.
Yeah, exactly.
Even as adults. But I'm sure the kids were so hyped up and fired up to be district co-champs that they just took it a step too far. But, kids will be kids at the end of the day. Eagle Pass district champs. So
there you go.
It is what it is.
29-6A. Again, they are in the non-district season, week 2. We're excited, Coach. 230 yards rushing, 216 yards passing. Can you call it well balanced?
It was very well balanced. I think Coach Cardenas did a great job calling the offense, and again, our kids executed well. And it's being a defensive-minded coach, it's tough to scout our team because they are very well balanced.
Your D tackles and of course your front line with Moy and David Santos and all the guys, they did great. They allowed 62 rushing yards. The defense, the secondary allowed 158, but some of those plays were also some plays where they got free and Carroll got free for a couple of touchdowns for them, or a touchdown. But what did you see from your defensive backs that they did well, and your safeties?
Well, they like you said, they covered well. I mean, Uvalde's receivers are really good. We can't take that away from them. Their quarterback, I thought he played excellent. He's a scrambler, and he found his targets. A lot of times it just didn't work out the way they wanted, but our kids played them hard. I mean, we were there we contested every play, and it wasn't like they were just wide open. But I was very proud of our secondary.
Hey, Coach, I saw a few plays from last week's game. One thing I was impressed when I was talking to Roger, like I watched LSU and Virginia Tech, and I saw how they swarmed. I mean, every time there was 5-6 helmets and piles getting up, and I saw a couple of plays where your guys were swarming the football too.
Right.
So I was very impressed by watching the field. Yeah, I saw something away, but that's just like hat on a hat, and we missed the line, but the guy got through. But what is it you're coaching the guys? Because I was very impressed of watching how guys are just flying and people like gang tackling and just wanting to be part of the play.
And that's all a mindset. Our kids, that's something we teach them from the very beginning, from not even 2 a day. It's off season. And it's different drills that we do where they are flying to the ball and everyone's involved. And if they don't do it, then they come back and there's a little consequence for that. And so our kids know that, and so it's second nature. As soon as they see the ball in the air or wherever, they're flying to the ball, like you said. Yeah, playing to the whistle. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that.
And the stats that we gave you, Coach, of course, they're courtesy of Conrao Perez, Eagle Pass Sports Central. He is, of course, the sports guru aficionado here, and he gives us.
He's the guy.
So he called me this morning. He goes, "Hey, I have the previews up. Do you want them?" I was like, "I'm good with it, but if I need to use it, I'll use it." But thank you, Conrao Perez. I know he's watching us this morning. We'll be back after this. You're watching RealSportsLive.com, Real Sports Live Southwest. Country Fried Chicken, located at 1910 El Indio Highway, wants to wish the Eagle Pass Eagles and the CC Wind Mavericks a successful 2018-2019 season. Order online through Facebook and save 10% on your purchase. From the Rodriguez family, come by before or after the game and enjoy some great food. That's it.
Hey, I'm Sal Battalion from Brown Chevrolet of Eagle Pass, Texas. I invite you to come visit us, come take a test drive of one of our new or pre-owned vehicles, or come just visit our new facility. And just call Sal at 830-513-6675. Again, the number is 830-513-6675. Thank you.
Come visit us, Brown!
Siesta Tires and Custom Wheels has the largest selection of wheels with the best prices in town. Located at 3168 Delray Boulevard. Call them today, 830-773-4010. Of course, Coach. We're back live from Mi Pueblo. Mi Pueblo Restaurant, 1920 North Veterans Boulevard. Come and enjoy delicious breakfast. I know my coaches take care of that breakfast, and it's excellent. Breakfast and lunch from 7 to 2. We're located here, Mi Pueblo Restaurant. Of course, if it's your birthday, bring up 6 people. 5 of you pay. The birthday boy or the birthday girl gets free lunch buffet. Also, make sure you come in and enjoy Tuesdays and Wednesdays. If you come in on Tuesdays and Wednesdays for lunch and you have your child with you, you buy an adult and you get a child free buffet. So that's here at Mi Pueblo Restaurant.
I know we're meeting next Wednesday.
Now we got Coach Eric Villaseñor of the Thundering Mavericks. Coach Villaseñor, of course, wearing his spiffy fight T-shirt.
Go Mavericks. Go Mavericks.
There you go. Good morning, guys.
Good morning,
Thanks
Coach.
for having us this morning, and thank you to Mi Pueblo Restaurant for hosting us.
Coach, well, I'm not going to call it redemption. I'm just going to call it you guys took care of business. Your defense allowed 77 total yards of offense for the Javelinas in a pitch to shutout 21-0. How did you feel about that game, Coach?
Well, I thought our kids were focused. We had a great week of preparation. Credit goes to our coaching staff and preparing our boys, putting them in a position to be successful. Our kids executed well. They came out with some fight, with some fire and intensity. They wanted to make a statement, and they certainly did that Friday night.
They certainly fed off the fight for four mantra this year. That's their new mantra, fight for four. It means fight for 4 quarters, and if it means that we go to overtime, well, guess what? We're gonna.
You got shirts made out for that fight for you.
Yes, sir, we do. We got them.
Stop by Ram Cut and I'll buy a couple.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
So Ram Country Outer World, we got the general manager Grant Bibb. He's a big football guy. He's and of course he went to Eagle Pass High School, and like we all did.
And I'm wearing Maverick colors. Silver and black.
Oh, but Grant was always active in when I was
community.
growing up in the community, Little League baseball. There, coaching teams, and he's always been a big sports aficionado, and he's a pretty good golfer too.
Yeah. Well, what's your handicap?
Myself. Oh man, actually, I can still tee it up alright, but I'm married now, I got a son, and I got a great job, a great staff, and I'm glad to be back in Eagle Pass after being in Durham for 3 years. So I'm totally excited, and my staff and we're committed to the Eagles and the Mavericks in every sport, and also to the community, to selling great cars at a great price where our customer's always number one. So our volume is tremendous. We're selling 80, 90 cars. And before I got here, it's not me, it's my staff. Like Eric said, as a general manager, coach, you take all the glory, and you also take the bad when it's bad. But the glory goes to the coaching staff and the kids that make it happen. Without my staff, I love it. So thank you, Eagle Pass and surrounding areas, for giving us the opportunity to earn your business. And it's an honor to serve you guys and keep you guys number one in our hearts, and with you for 60 months or 36 months or 72 months of your terms up, but we'll see another call after that.
There you go. Coach Ethan Johnston had 60 yards passing. He carried the load, 150 yards rushing on 20 carries. He had all 3 touchdowns. But we talked last week, Cardenas and Zapata had a good showing. They did their job. They put in about 78 yards of total rushing for them. Is it just that Ethan is growing up to the fact that he's learning to read what it is that he needs to do?
I think the year of experience certainly helped with him starting as a sophomore. Now he's a junior. He understands what we want to get accomplished on a week-to-week basis, and above all else, we just tell him protect the football. Don't make any mental mistakes that's going to hurt us, where it's going to give the opponent a short field. He managed the game really well, had some good checkoffs there at the line of scrimmage, and I thought he executed the game plan extremely well.
His favorite receiver is the H-back, Jared Royce.
H-back, yeah. Also,
That's shocking. Is that the same Royce who was on the coaching staff?
Yes. Yeah. Coach Royce is the OC, and
Too late to draft him in fantasy football. Because that guy's going to get at least 9 targets a game.
he's gonna give you some fantasy points, guys.
rightfully so. He's not going to drop many.
No, he's a sure-handed guy.
Yes, he is.
He had 5 receptions for 56 yards, and again, Coach, you have your slew of receivers with Blanco and Vasquez also on the outsides, and then you have even your guys in Yebra, Mando, that does a great job blocking for you sometimes, and as a receiver, and those are the kind of kids that you want on your team. That next man up. If I have to, I gotta go in and do my job.
Just total team players. They're not about them individually. Like we always tell the kids, it's about us. And whatever needs to be done on Friday night to get that win, that's exactly what we're going to do.
Yeah, Patricio Hernandez, we talked to him yesterday. We had we took some pictures, and that's going to be on, of course, this Friday night with Noah Garcia. We're going to actually have the interviews that we had with them and their pictures We have a little montage of those guys that were, of course, co-defensive players of the week and offensive players of the week. So we took an opportunity, but we talked to him, and I said, how did you feel about the game against Carrizo? He goes, against Crystal, he's like, we just wanted to go and make a statement after being there last year as a junior, now I'm a senior, wanting to do. He had 10 solo tackles, 2 assists, a tackle for a loss, and he also caused a fumble. He's the middle linebacker.
Correct.
Now having him, and when Mikey de los Santos comes back, that linebacker core is something to be reckoned with in District 14-5A.
Yes, I mean those guys right there, very talented young man. They're their anchors of our defense, and they lead the charges there. They make our checks, and they're extensions of us. They're coaches on the field, and they do a great job of understanding what we want to get accomplished.
One thing about I didn't get that much research on your team, unfortunately. I did see some highlights. And what stands out to me, I don't know the time of possession, but for you to give up 77 yards on defense, this is not Madden football.
That's right.
The only one that did that was the Baltimore Ravens. It's almost impossible to give up 100 yards of total defense. So I don't know what your time of possession was. I know you normally fly and tee it up and call it the line, so I'm sure you're like running gun. But coach, I didn't see any gang tag, I didn't see any film, but that to me is impressive because you're always going to run for 70, 80 yards in high school football, and you're going to get a lucky 28-yard touchdown pass. So I don't know, unfortunately, but awesome. That's impressive.
Thank you.
And keep up the good work, and your DC, whatever you're doing, just keep it up because that 77 total yards is mind-blowing.
Thank you very much.
Let me.
There was 3 personal.
No.
Let me put it to you this way: Crystal City, because I have the recorded of the game, because Noah Garcia did the game over there. There was 8 possessions for Crystal City. 8 total possessions. The whole.
Impressive. I mean, that's coach. You got the good thing going. Like I said,
Thank
you
you.
got another linebacker coming, and if you got the 5-for-4 Desert Storm mentality, and you got 6, 7 guys. The key is when you know that they get it in the system is when you're on the sidelines looking at them and you see them helping each other get up off the tackle. The 7 guys. That's when you know that they get the message and they're executing, and you should be very proud. But 77, I guarantee if you look it up, I would have researched it. There's probably maybe 1 school or 2 tops in Texas that did that. So I don't care if you say Crystal City with a second minor. 77 yards is impressive.
Thank you.
Of course, this week you got Uvalde. You did see some film. They do have some film because they played Eagle Pass last week. What do you see from them? And is it going to be where you're going to target Carroll, DeAndre Carroll, and stop that offense? Of course, they also have Santero Martinez, who did run well, but again,
I think Eagle Pass had a lot to do with that. I mean, they played a great football game, and congrats to Coach Gonzalez and his staff. But, another challenge tomorrow night. I think what stands out is DeAndre Carroll, their speed, their tempo. We've got to make sure we take him out of their game and put them in situations that they're uncomfortable with.
Got it. Coach, of course, we reached out to JT and RT, and we reached out to Elliot, and they said, we'll just keep it when we get to the game, then I'll have a little snippet for you. They didn't want me to call him. I was going to call him on a Ram Country Outer World phone line, but they didn't want to. So.
One thing, Coach, I know you got your scouting thing. Some of the few highlights I saw, I was able to see the mobility of the quarterback and the plays that they made was him getting out of the pocket and extending plays. So I'm not gonna tell the coach you're gonna aspire something like that. It's like that's gonna be the key because once you take that away, how are they gonna score?
So that's one thing we want to do is just make sure we rattle him. He's a young quarterback. And make him adjust to us. That's exactly what we want to get accomplished.
Yeah, Avila he did well, but again, the defense for Eagle Pass basically had him on his toes. The front line, and I know your front line, your D tackle Alexis Ontiveros has a motor.
Yeah, certainly does. And that was his first varsity game, but we made the move in the offseason. He was one of our linebackers. We dropped him down to D tackle. Felt we need some quickness there. He bought in, had a great summer, and the result was pretty evident Friday night.
Like he says, they're part of a team, and they know what what is the program all about. Is you gotta, if coach says we have to put you here because this is a better fit for us, then he does it.
Life's all about sacrifice. There's no me and team, But when you buy into the program and with the coach's delivery and the message that you execute, sky's the limit. Success is on the way
Yeah.
all year.
So we'll be back after this. You're watching RealSportsLive.com, Real Sports Live Southwest.
Stat Emergency Center is here to offer emergency services any day of the week and around the clock. We know that our patients deserve better than the typical cramped waiting areas and long lines. Get the care you deserve. Get treated, not seated.
Tacos Express is ready to serve you with the fastest tacos in town. Guisao, bacon and egg, chorizo and egg, and many more to choose from. Located in front of the VFW post, across from Pizza Hut on Main Street. Call your order ahead at 830-968-2032. Tacos Express, the fastest tacos in town.
StatER does its testing and evaluations quickly without the delays of a traditional emergency room. We utilize the full services of a standard ER department, including CT scan, bedside emergency ultrasound, x-rays, and a full clinical laboratory, with a focus on getting you taken care of without long wait times. Stat Emergency Center is here to offer emergency services any day of the week and around the clock. Get the care you deserve. Get treated, not seated.
And we're back live, RealSportsLive.com, Real Sports Live Southwest. Check us out on our YouTube channel, RIO Sports Live, Facebook, Real Sports Live, and then you can go to our Real Sports Live Southwest page. You can like us, share us, follow us, Roku TV, Apple TV, our website, RealSportsLive.com. We're working on our Real Sports Live Southwest page. So pretty soon we'll have that. See what they're adding. They're adding everything that's coming up this weekend.
Hey, Frey, you're going high tech on me. You got cameras rolling and everything, man. Damn.
We got Coach.
This guy is high tech.
We got Coach, the OC of the Eagle Pass High School Mighty Eagles, Coach Cardenas. And, of course, to my right is General Manager of Ram Country Auto World, 1997 North Veterans Boulevard, 872-3444. Make sure you call in and ask for Grant. He'll give you a great price on all their pre-owned inventory. If you need a Toyota Tundra or a Tacoma.
Should have called him about a month ago. Too late, but we'll think about it in a couple of years.
We'll get the next one, Coach.
Coach Cardenas, your offense, of course, the great offensive line that you have gave Richie 5, 6, 10 seconds at a time sometimes to survey and look. You guys had 25 first downs. You guys threw for 216 yards. He went 18 of 33 with one pick. I don't really give him I got to give it to the fact that it happened. It happened. It was a tip drill.
You throw the ball 33, 35 times, not that we expected, but if it happens, you pat him in the back, say, hey, forget about it, let's move on and go on to the next one. He's pretty efficient on that night. But more than anything, Fred, like we always say, man, it starts with the offensive line. Those guys, you go through the stats, it doesn't show the blocks that they're making that night. It doesn't show the preparation, the sled. Coach Saba has those guys ready to go. As a matter of fact, on Monday, he had them out there at 7:15 in the morning doing sled. Because in the afternoon it gets a little bit warmer. So we took advantage of that at 7:15. Those guys were sweating it out by the time we got, going with team. Receivers come out, backs come out a little bit later, but those guys are already full steam ahead, and that's a tribute to how well our kids play. So, 7:15 sled, and then we're still doing drills, and we're still doing team. And it shows, it paves the road for Saul Perales and Jay and Isaac Caballero, who played, did a real good job running the ball.
Yeah, for Perales, 112 yards on 15 carries, and he only played a half because he had a stinger. He had to come out of the game. But then Isaac Caballero, the sophomore, and the senior Jay Herrera, they came, and they had 97 yards of rushing between both of those guys. So that was kind of not the question, but how they were going to react this year.
Without DeAndre Torres back there. DeAndre Torres was a worker for us in such a memorable year that we had last year. Going into that was the question mark, since a lot of what we do revolves around the passing game to open up a running game to open up the passing game. That was certainly the question mark. And early in the season, obviously, we see the good results that we had, where if Perales, something were to happen to him, we can fill it in with two other guys that are going to run just as effective and hard as he does. And I think we carried the ball 38 times. And we tell our backs, you're going to get the ball 25, 30 times a game. That's going to happen every game. We're not going to get away from what identity is, and that's running the football. So we run the football, and they're up for the task, and it goes to show we ran the ball 38 times, threw for 33 for a total of 71, 73 plays that we ran against Uvalde. So.
That was a great balance, Coach. One of the things that I hear you mention is that the run does set up the pass.
Yeah, it does.
So
it does.
The good news is, you got your guys at 7:15 going to war, getting ready. Fortunately for the Mighty Eagles, this is a blowout. Yeah. But that type of 7:15 is going to help our team. Of course. When it's 24 in the
exactly.
Quarter,
right.
You got to reach down. And exactly. And that little thing they got before the empty.
Yeah.
That right there is going to lead. Mark my words. That's lead to a victory.
Yeah.
Fourth quarter. When you don't have it, they're going to have it because they're used to the stamina.
Yeah.
And that extra drills.
Exactly. And you bring up a good point, because last year we were in those early ball games, and not retracting too much back in our history. There was times when we really didn't know our identity. We went 1-9. We went 4-6, and we were sputtering in certain areas. And last year, whenever that first district ball game, you remember, Fred?
Oh yeah, Alexander,
20-10 at halftime.
20-10 at halftime.
DeAndre Torres, the spark plug, man, we miss him. But again, we got our backs are back. He just told everybody, we're not going to lose this game. That's the end of that. We're not going to lose. We came back with 20-21 unanswered and ended up winning the game. So you see that culture that has spread. DeAndre brought it in. Now that culture is well and alive, and these kids don't want to let it go. So, being able to run the ball that much, and, we're a spread team, but one of the things we tell our kids is we don't want to be a finesse spread team. We don't want to be this kind of touchy-feely, very finessey, run the ball. No, we're going to run our traps. We're going to pull two guards in our guard and tackle. We're going to pull one guard. We're going to do a pin. We're going to be aggressive in the run. And by doing that hopefully we'll continue to open up our passing game.
And just saying that on the other tours, most successful teams, the good ones and the great ones have a coach on the field. Yeah. And it's hard to replace the other tours. Right. But you should have that guy. I don't know who the passing is. Like, here's the baton.
Yeah, the baton.
Now it's your turn. Yeah. So with you as an OC, that guy is the key to your success.
Of course.
Because he's got to be there. Hey, man, it's okay.
Yeah.
Fumbles are going to happen. False starts. Hey,
those things are happening.
But that one guy is going to keep us in. Because now you go 1-9 for it. So what is it? Now you got this. So hopefully we keep that trajectory, and whoever he or both might be should keep us steady until we have another.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what we tell our kids. That's a good point. And our kids, we have a variety of leaders, and no one more important there than our offensive line. Tito Villarreal and does a good job. Laguna does a good job commanding the offensive line. Our guys do a real good job. Richie Luna, he knows the offense. He knows what we want to run. And, of course, you got returning starters like Ray and Oscar Castillo, the silent leader we call him. So, the leaders are there, and they understand the culture. And, again, we understand this is a marathon, but lap one of our marathon, we're very happy with the results. Our kids really busted their fanny, and did a great job. There's some mistakes along the way, and frustration set in actually in the third quarter. And the kids were like, and I saw their body language go down because we went 3 and out about 3 times in a row. Yeah. So we can't do that. And we regrouped, and, we put on one more series and scored on.
Well, coming back to that, you guys had a 28-0 lead at the half, and when you come back in the third quarter, and sometimes the complacency comes into where you have that lead, and you're like, hey, you know what? Let's just kind of go through the motions. But again,
run the ball.
Exactly. Exactly.
Coach, touching on Tito Villarreal, he was the lineman of the week. I mean, that kid has a motor on the O-line. He seems to be one of the leaders of the five, the wall, the Great Wall of Eagles. In the front line. No, not of China.
But, these kids are very unselfish, and it just speaks volume of when you have unselfishness in the team. Very, very easily when you have success like we did last week, kids want to pat themselves, and then they should, but our linemen kind of not get neglected, but they don't get mentioned enough as they should. Because when you have success, as an offense, you're going to have a good line. Likewise, when you don't have much success, the first people that are getting pointed out is the offensive line, which, so you got to make sure that you keep them happy. There's some things that we do during practice. We try to get the running backs to give them water during the water breaks, or receivers take them water, because whatever they need, we try to take care of them. But all in all, we have real good leaders in the line. Again, we tell them this is just lap one. But, there's a lot of things we need to improve, and I just hope that, this first game has set the tone for the remainder of the year.
Now, last week at Chick-fil-A, you didn't give us your pick six, because that's our new Ram Country Outer World pick six. Who's going to take it to the house? We don't know, but last week, week one, we'll tell you who. But this week, Coach, we have 6 games that we're picking out of. It's TCU, SMU. Who do you got there at SMU?
At SMU, I got TCU.
TCU.
Yeah, all the way.
Clemson at Texas A&M.
Fisher, got to go with Clemson.
We're going with USC and Stanford. Number 17 USC at Stanford. 10 at number 10 Stanford. You got to go Stanford. Then we're going to the NFL. Atlanta at Philly.
We got to go with Philly on that one.
Really?
Yeah.
You're going with Philly, Coach. Houston at New England.
Gotta go New England.
Are you gonna go Brady? You're gonna go Brady.
Brady, absolutely.
And the Dallas Carolina game.
I think we gotta be forcefully put Dallas on there, right? And we'll make
really?
a lot of enemies, but yeah, we'll take Dallas.
You're gonna take Dallas?
Not really, but if I say anything else, I might lose my breakfast privilege here with Fred. So I'll just go Dallas. And
don't pick your heart, Coach.
Yeah, right. So that's the Ram Country Outer World Pick 6 from Coach Cardenas. We'll be back with more after this. You're watching RealSportsLive.com, Real Sports Live Southwest. Sarita's Tortilla Factory, with 3 great locations to serve you in Maverick County. Come try our delicious barbacoa with the tortillas. Si son Saritas, ni me las calientes. Also, you can get our tortillas in Laredo, Texas at your local supermarket. That's Sarita's Tortilla Factory.
Hello, Eagle Pass and surrounding areas. My name is Grant Beer. I'm the general manager of Ram Country Outer World. We have the largest selection of pre-owned inventory. Come by and see us at 1997 Veterans Boulevard, where we make sure our customers are number one.
Valdez Tire Record Service, located at 522 North Pierce Street in Eagle Pass, Texas. With 24-hour roadside service, commercial tow, automotive repair shop. Call us today at 830-757-3102. Valdez Tire Record Service wishes the Eagle Pass Eagles and the CC Win Mavericks a successful 2018-2019 season. And we're back live, RealSportsLive.com, Real Sports Live Southwest. I don't know if you got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, he's on. You back on?
I hope so.
We're with Grant Bibb, Ram Country Outer World General Manager, 1997 North Veterans Boulevard. And we got Coach Ramirez of the CC Win Mavericks. Man, I like these white shirts, but Coach hasn't given me one. Coach Villaseñor hasn't given me one.
Right there.
I know he's right there, but he hasn't given me a fight.
I'm gonna tell you the answer to that.
What?
He's gonna tell you that you need to earn it.
Oh, okay. So I need to be up at 6 o'clock in the morning, go out to the field, and do.
I'm just kidding.
So I need.
Eric, Freddy's a triple X.
No, I'm an XL. Don't. Anyways, yeah. Oh man, you guys are.
Hey, COD. He wants a free one. I said COD.
Anyway, so as Grant is over here talking to one of the coaches, Coach Ramirez, your defensive backs did well. They Domingo Duran amongst the other guys that coming back this year. How did you see your DBs and your safeties and everybody that has come back this year for you?
They executed well. As far as last week, for the most part, our corners and our free safety were pretty much just based on our scheme and our game plan. They were pretty out of the loop, so to speak. But our outside safety, for the most part, just based on Crystal City's offense, we put them closer to the box so they can play and help out with the run. So those are the guys that were involved a little bit more.
That's what meaning out of the loop, because Crystal City runs they don't run a passing offense. They're primarily a run.
The wing thing.
They're a wing offense.
Yeah, they're a wing offense. So that's why he said that they were, they didn't get too much.
So you put them on line like, hey man, tackle it, they come your way. Just tackle it, don't worry.
Exactly.
Run with it.
Oh, we had them about 10 yards back and said, if they break free, we're the last line of defense back there.
So that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna run it out of I don't know how many plays they have on offense, whatever. I bet you it's 8. Those are normally 85-90% run plays before pass plays almost all the time.
Right, they were a true run team. Of course, their best athlete was Patino with a running back. So we knew what was coming, and we game planned for that.
And I don't think Patino. I'm looking at the stats, and these stats were, of course, given by Conrado Perez. I don't think I got individual stats for Crystal City, but they had 37 carries for 77 yards, and of course 0 passing yards.
I was telling her earlier, y'all did a tremendous job. I mean, this is not Madden football where
right.
you hold someone 100 yards. I don't know what the stats are, but there's probably 2 or 3 teams in the entire city that held a complete offense on 100 yards. So awesome job of scheming.
Appreciate it. I mean,
it's week to week. Now you got to scheme for a different offense.
Well,
correct.
And all that.
And we talk about now we're gonna flip it because
exactly, and that's exactly what we told our kids. We're flipping the script. Speaking of defensive backs, we told them now it's our time to earn our paycheck.
Yeah, the defensive backs and the safeties are going to have to contend with Avila, the quarterback for Uvalde, and DeAndre Carroll, the big 6'2" receiver, who was held to the touchdown. And I think he only had about 100. I don't think he broke 100 yards as far as receiving. But they also have a couple of other guys that can catch. Santero Martinez, the running back, got good hands out of the backfield.
He's taking the reins now at the varsity level, so he's mobile. All right, he's a good athlete, and that's why he plays that position. So we expect more of a passing game, of course, and of course, hopefully we can contain the run game and the quarterback as well.
There you go.
Coach, normally you want your best players with the ball. So obviously their best player has the ball. So who are your biggest playmakers on the defense side? Because it's going to be a battle of your athletes against their number one athlete, the quarterback with the ball.
Right. By no doubt, one of our linebackers. He's one of our athletes out there.
Patricio Hernandez.
Correct, Patricio Hernandez. It showed last year. He had 10 tackles last week. I'm sorry, and he's a sideline to sideline type of young man. So, of course, we're gonna set him up to where he can make plays right outside that box. We're putting our best corner to number 81, the guy we feel has the most experience.
Is Duran.
Our corner's he's about 5'9".
5'9".
No, we have German Velasquez.
German Velasquez. There you go. I'm sorry.
Corner. He's our experienced corner, and we're gonna try to cover him one-on-one as much as we can. We do have something in the game plan where he's gonna get some help as well.
Got it, Coach.
That's a big dude. Can he jump? I mean, the biggest thing on defense to that is the back shoulder fade.
We
give him 3 inches, and if he can jump, that's a big one.
Right. It's like we've told him, and we.
But the enemy is the sideline, your friend.
Correct.
Keep it that side, and hopefully it's too high.
Correct. We tell him we can't match you up every week. All right. So we're gonna have to adjust, based on our size, based on our speed. So it comes down to technique.
There you go.
We're not gonna out jump him. So it's a little different now. We kind of work it on the way down. Where he's on the way down, hopefully we can rip it out, kind of rip that arm through the hands so that we can prevent that catch.
Now you weren't here last week, or week 1. You weren't at Chick-fil-A with us, so you weren't part of our Ram Country Auto World Pick 6. Who's gonna take it to the house? We don't know. is going to be at the end of 10 weeks. So make sure Ram Country Auto, 1997 North Veterans Boulevard. If you need a car, truck, or SUV, late model pre-owned.
Or if you want to just sell your truck, stop by. We'll buy it from you.
872-3444 is the number to call. That's Grand Bib. This week we got TCU SMU. Who do you got, Coach? Coach Ramirez is giving our pick six.
We got to go with TCU.
TCU. Clemson at A&M.
I'm going to take Clemson.
he was like wondering, who am I going to? USC at number 10, Stanford.
I'm going to go with Stanford.
Stanford, okay. And then we go to, of course, NFL. Atlanta, and that's a Thursday. That's tonight. That's tonight. Atlanta at Philly.
Atlanta at Philly.
Where are you going with?
I'm going for the upset on our defending champs.
Oh, the defending. You're going against the world champion Philadelphia Eagles. He's going for Atlanta, and now we go Houston at New England.
I would like to see the Texans win, but it's kind of hard when you're going against Tom Brady. 40. Is it 41-year-old or 42-year-old? It's hard to go against Bill Belichick and Tom Brady.
Yeah, exactly. We go to Dallas at Carolina.
Sometimes you can't.
Don't pick with your heart, right?
Hey, the Cowboys are gonna pull it through.
Okay, so you're going Dallas?
Yes, sir.
Dallas. Well, you know what? No, but let's just. It's an intriguing matchup because again, you have Ezekiel Elliott coming back after that suspension, and the fact of the matter that he doesn't have that looming, so he's gonna run with purpose. You're gonna see a different.
Do you know that Carolina has a guy? I don't know if you ever heard of him. He's a middle linebacker.
No, I do, but what happened with Seattle? What did he do against Seattle and that defense? I mean, come on. But anyways, okay, yeah, just like.
I think the Cowboys, they're going to be better defensively.
Yeah.
That's what we feel. So
their defense is a lot better.
So hopefully our defense can hold.
Close game.
So guys, with that, we're going to be back with more.
Happy birthday to the coach.
Oh yeah, it's your birthday.
Thank you very much.
Happy birthday.
I don't know that yet. Good luck this week. Continued success and keep flying towards football.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Coach Ramirez, happy birthday. We'll be back with more. RealSportsLive.com, Real Sports Live Southwest.
ER Recycling Center, 3323 Del Rio Boulevard, open Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. But don't throw it away. Recycle it today at 3323 Del Rio Boulevard. For more information on how to turn your scrap into cash, call 758-0685 or find us on Facebook.
Mi Pueblo restaurant is located at 1920 North Veterans Boulevard. Come by for their hot and fresh breakfast and of course the lunch buffet. Mi Pueblo wants to wish the Eagle Pass Eagles and the CC Mavericks a successful 2018-2019 season. Come by every morning or at lunchtime. Mi Pueblo restaurant. Pizza Hut by the Mall, located at 405 South Bibb Street, supports both the Eagle Pass Eagles and the CC Win Mavericks. Come by and try our lunch buffet, all you can eat. Salad, pasta, pizza, for only $5.99 when you mention you saw this ad on Real Sports Live Southwest at the register. Come by Pizza Hut at the mall. Rody's Country Fried Chicken, located at 1910 El Indio Highway, wants to wish the Eagle Pass Eagles and the CC Win Mavericks a successful 2018-2019 season. Order online through Facebook and save 10% on your purchase. From the Rodriguez family, come by before or after the game and enjoy some great food. That's it.
Hey, I'm Sal Italian from Brown Chevrolet of Eagle Pass, Texas. I invite you to come visit us, come take a test drive of one of our new or pre-owned vehicles, or come just visit our new facility. And just call Sal at 830-513-6675. Again, the number is 830-513-6675. Thank you.
Come to the Brown.
And we're back. Mi Pueblo Restaurant, 1920 North Veterans Boulevard, 830-776-7796. I know these guys enjoyed their breakfast. To my left, it's Coach Olivas, defensive coordinator for the Eagle Pass Eagles. To my right, of course, it is general manager of Ram Country Auto World, Grant Bibb, big Eagle fan, aficionado. He loves football. He loves sports in general. But if you guys need a car, truck, or SUV, a late model pre-owned, 17, 18. I drove an 18 Toyota Camry. Oh, you have a 19. There you go. See?
They didn't like it.
They didn't like it. There you go. So, guys, we are talking Gridiron Talk. RealSportsLive.com, Real Sports Live Southwest. Make sure you watch us live on YouTube, Facebook, Roku TV, Apple TV, and our website, RealSportsLive.com. Coach, your DB's defense did well. They only allowed 158 yards passing, 62 rushing, allowed 14 points, but those 14 points came late in the game, late in the third and late in the fourth. What did you feel about the defense overall?
I think defensively overall, our kids, they played to the game plan. You know, our game plan was to take certain routes away, take certain people away, the running back, and 81. And I think in the first half, and for most of the third quarter, we did our job. Fortunately, we got up, by 5 scores, and we were able to play all our players, and I think that's a big bonus. A lot of our kids do all the hard work during the week, preparing for us, being our scout team and so they got to play in the game, and that was fun for them. Anytime you can get on a varsity game, Friday Night Lights, it's always fun for everyone.
Exactly. Friday Night Lights, which was at the Honey Bowl this past week. This week, you go down to the Dragon Pit, Southwest Dragons, and everybody dreads that field because there's a big hill that you got to, from the locker room down to the field, there's a big hill. It's a nemesis, I guess, and people say that it's walking down that to the pit, because it is a pit down there. You go down to the field and it's underground. I don't know if you played in Southwest back in the day, but
there was a guy named Ty Detmer that used to be there.
Yeah, I played against Ty.
Roger got me. Yeah, he was a Heisman Trophy.
Yes, sir.
There you go. Ryan Chisholm, defensive player of the game, 7 tackles, 1 assist, 1 big hit. Nico's playing tremendous for you, Coach, playing the safety position and then going over to linebacker. And of course, Josh Monsivais did a tremendous job on number 81 and holding him to, minuscule numbers. I mean, he didn't have a big game. We were there live. We actually saw the game, but he was always hit at the line. He was coming across. He, did what he had to do, but he took him kind of off the game plan, and they had to go to their other receivers. How did you see their play between Josh and Nico?
I think overall, all our DBs and our, they're a pass-happy team. I think they came in 68% pass. They had a real good tailback, but, we knew we had to stop Carroll. Carroll's a special player. Josh took on that role this week of taking out their number 1 guy. He did a great job, and, they have a lot. They went to their inside receivers, and that's where Nico and Ryan came in, and Eric, and they did a great job of not only playing defense, but recognizing routes and taking their favorite plays away.
Now you flip the switch, and you go from a spread offense, 4 receiver set, to a Southwest Dragons that they run the ball. And they leak out the tight end here once in a while, but they're primarily run it down your throat between the tackles.
It's funny that you say that. In the first scrimmage against Stevens, they threw the ball 100% of the time.
Really,
they spread it out. They have all their skill players are back from last year.
Kate Scott and other guys.
They're both quarterbacks are back. All the receivers are back. They lost their tailback, but the number 2, number 3 tailbacks are back. They rotate 3 tailbacks, and they came out surprisingly to us. It's part of their offense. They'll go 3 backs in the backfield. Next play, they'll come out 5 receivers. They try to keep you off balance like that. She's trying to figure out how you're going to line up. That's been their goal of the week, getting lined up right, and that's executing, of course. But like Freddie says, their main game, and then you go and you watch the Roosevelt game, and they came out running the ball. I think they threw maybe 3 passes, and that's their game. You know, they're going to try to pound it, you know, try to use an extra lineman here and there and trying to, you know, outflank you here and there and try to run the ball down your throat.
It's one of those things where your athletes on the defense got to be ready for anything, because even though you plan for it and you can scheme and scout, but by the moment if they run the ball 5 straight times, all of a sudden you see for wideouts, it's like now you got to get your DBs and take some of the.
So we got to be on our game, watching the sidelines, who comes in, who comes out, stuff like that, and like, you know, like we said, they'll come out and they'll pound it with 3 backs and 2 fullbacks and 2 tight ends. The next play you'll see out there 5 little receivers.
It's just a great chess match, just trying to get up and you got your pieces in. It's just making sure that we adjust properly and quickly to their scheme and whatever you scouted, because one play in a close game could make a difference between a win or a loss.
And if you go back and you look our series versus Southwest, it's always been a touchdown. That separates our games. You know, we've gone into double overtime, we've gone into overtime, we've lost by 1, we won by 1. You know, it's always, like you said, one play will define you. You know, our game plan is to get lined up and play a physical game like they do. They know how we're gonna play. We know how they're gonna play. You know, it's getting a line and playing football.
There you go. Coach went 2-4 last week on the Ram Country Auto World Pick 6.
Yeah.
So
I went with my heart.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So this week, Coach, we got 16 TCU at SMU. Who you got? TCU. And we got Clemson at Texas A&M.
Clemson.
Whoa.
USC and Stanford.
Who's that?
USC, number 17 USC against number 10 Stanford.
USC versus Stanford. Oh my God.
Yeah, you're in Cali.
I'll go with Stanford.
Stanford. Then we go to the NFL. Atlanta at Philadelphia, 2017. What?
Wow,
I'm trying to make it intriguing. I'm trying to make it intriguing as much. They're playing at Philly.
This is the Super Bowl inauguration. It's going to be crazy in Philly today. There'll be Philly cheesesteaks flying.
I'll take Philly.
Philly cheesesteaks flying as Houston at New England. Are you gonna go? Are you gonna
go
go?
with New England.
New England.
Hard to bet against Tom Brady.
There you go. And then Dallas at Carolina.
I gotta go with my Cowboys, man. Nope, I'll never hear the
Big
end
D.
of it.
Let me tell you who's not going to win.
I'm a homer. I'm a homer.
Oh my God! So, with that, guys, we got the picks. Coach, congratulations on a big win this week, Friday night. You guys are heading to the Southwest, to San Antonio. Make sure you guys tune in to realsportslive.com, Real Sports Live Southwest. We'll be back with more after this. Siesta Tires and Custom Wheels has the largest selection of wheels with the best prices in town. Located at 3168 Del Rio Boulevard. Call them today, 830-773-4010.
Stat Emergency Center is here to offer emergency services any day of the week and around the clock. We know that our patients deserve better than the typical cramped waiting areas and long lines. Get the care you deserve. Get treated, not seated.
Tacos Express is ready to serve you with the fastest tacos in town. Guisao, bacon and egg, chorizo and egg, and many more to choose from. Located in front of the VFW post, across from Pizza Hut on Main Street. Call your order ahead at 830-968-2032. Tacos Express, the fastest tacos in town.
StatER does its testing and evaluation.
And You need. Okay, yeah, coach is way over there on the side. Right there, you got him. You're good, coach. We're back live, RealSportsLive.com, Real Sports Live Southwest. We're with Coach Eric Del Señor, Coach Gonzalez of the Eagle Pass Eagles, CCU Mavericks. They're going to give us their picks, their Ram Country Auto World Pick 6. Who's going to take it to the house? Both of them went 500 last week, 3-3. So this week we got an interesting, set of games, 3 games.
Did Grant already pick? Let him go first.
Okay. So then, we'll go Grant. He's a Ram Country Auto World general manager. So make sure you guys go visit him, 1997 North Federal Boulevard. TCU and SMU. Who do you got?
I'm not playing golf, so I'm taking the Horned Frog.
TCU. Clemson at A&M.
Go Tigers.
Okay, he's going Clemson. USC at Stanford. They're playing in Cali. They're playing in California, in Palo Alto.
I'm taking the Cardinals.
You're taking the Cardinals. And then we go to Thursday Night Football tonight. If you're not watching that, you guys tune into our Thursday Night Football game.
With this pick, I don't condone it, but you heard it here first.
What, Philly?
The Atlanta Falcons are going to spoil the party, and they're going to be a lot of cheesesteaks on the floor upset. Atlanta wins
with Julio Jones with a field goal. Man, now he's going with the spread. They're playing at Philly.
They're going to spoil the fun.
So then we go to Houston at New England.
Anyone that has a wife like that.
Yes.
I'm taking TB12 with the Patriots.
Tom Brady. Yeah, he's talking about Tom Brady's wife. Dallas at Carolina. Who do you got? Cam. You go Carolina. So everybody picked Dallas except for you.
Absolutely.
You're a betting man, that's why. So we go with we go to.
I believe that home field should mean something.
Okay. There you go.
Should be a close one.
Coach V. Your picks.
TCU.
You're gonna go TCU, and then Clemson at A&M.
Clemson.
You're gonna go Clemson.
Clemson.
USC at Stanford.
I'm gonna go fight on here.
Fight on.
Trojan. Atlanta at Philly.
Matty Ice.
There you go. See the Falcons.
Yes.
Houston at New England.
Patriots.
New England. Bill Belichick. You can't go bad with Bill Belichick. Dallas at Carolina.
I can't go against Dallas. I'm going Dallas.
Listen, I have no problem being on an island. As long as the guy's not 6'2" and runs a 4'5".
Coach Gonzalez, who do you got, TCU or SMU?
TCU.
Clemson at A&M.
Clemson.
So you're not going with the Texas team this time around?
I don't know. Clemson's good, yeah.
USC Stanford. Stanford. And then we go Atlanta at Philly. Oh, he's going with the
Can't
Philly.
go against the Eagles.
Well, yeah, you're right. But they're green, coach. They're not burnt orange.
Yeah, no.
Houston at New England.
New
England. The Ages won. And Dallas at Carolina.
The Cowboys, of course.
Cowboys. So you're the only one who went, because I would have picked TCU. I would have picked Clemson. I would have picked Stanford. I would have picked. I would have. No, I can't, because I'm not. I mean, that's what I would have done. Anyways, yeah. Well, guys, thank you once again for a great show. Every week, tune in. 10 o'clock is when we're supposed to start, but we usually start about 10:15 because the coaches need to, get some fuel, because coaches also need the fuel because it's free. So congratulations on week 1, 21-0 and 42-14. Southwest, you're going away from the confines of the Student Activity Center, Cozell Foster Memorial Stadium. You're at home, coach, so you got some home cooking, and of course, Parents Night, Mav Nation. That silver and black, that student, man, your student body just comes out in full force, just like the Eagles. But please, no more powder. Just one time, no more powder. Yeah, exactly. We're saving for playoffs.
Hey, good luck. Great job. One thing that will change should both teams win. At the end of next week, there will be one loss when we go at each other. So hopefully we'll both be 2-0 after this week, and then after that, we'll have to run.
2 great teams going at it.
Yeah.
So,
exactly.
This week, coach, did a great job there. You guys, good luck. And hopefully we're sitting here talking about 2-0 both, and then we'll let the Royal Rumble.
The border battle. Don't forget tonight.
Thanks, guys.
Don't forget tonight, Thursday night football. We're gonna be live from Laredo, Texas Student Activity Center. LBJ, Laredo LBJ, is going up against Corpus Christi Ray.
I'll take Corpus Christi.
Corpus Christi Ray, and that's what Grant is telling us. He's gonna take Corpus Christi Ray big. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it. You guys have a good day. And for us, Grant, we're still here. I know we have this game tonight, Thursday Night Football, and then tomorrow night we have, of course, both games being broadcasted on RealSportsLive.com, Real Sports Live Southwest. I'll be in San Antonio with Southwest game. I know the weather is going to be kind of a hamper, might be for both teams with this tropical moisture that's coming through. I'm not a meteorologist, but
I like how you call it tropical moisture.
Yeah, let me get you this one.
If we had a camera, we could show outside with the rain. That's not tropical moisture. That's pouring.
You can talk to that one too. Let's turn this one off.
Okay.
There you go.
So the good, like I was telling them earlier, if it's raining this hard, you need to have somewhat of a running game.
Yeah.
Because you can't throw the ball in the rain, and we're not meteorologists, but we know that the game must continue, and we got to play. And if it's raining, I mean, it is what it is. So
it is what it is.
We need to be able to move fast on defense and run the ball to at least put some points and watch out for turnovers.
The good thing is CC Wind's playing at home and they play turf, but for the Eagle Pass Eagles, they're playing on a grass field down in the Dragon Pit in San Antonio, and that's a different story, man, in itself. Again, it's just one of those things where, hey, it's football. It's Texas high school football. What better time of the year? And we want to thank Grand Country Auto World for always believing in what we're doing. I mean, it's something different, something that people are getting accustomed to it. So make sure you guys go share us and follow us on our Facebook pages, Real Sports Live and Real Sports Live Southwest. Go to our YouTube channel. Subscribe. When you subscribe to the YouTube channel, you actually get an alert. You actually get a notification. Hey, these guys are on live. So there you go. Is there still going to be a game with this rain?
Yeah, unless it's lightning, there'll be a game because we don't play in the air conditioner.
Yeah, exactly.
And a dome stadium. High school football is outside the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. We have coverage as far as where we're going to sit for tonight's game in Laredo, Texas. I'll talk to Bobby Cruz, the athletic director down in Laredo, just to make sure that our 2-hour trip is not for nothing. So, but we're going to get our Ram Country Auto World car ready to take this trip this weekend because we got a busy weekend.
Busy weekend.
Yeah, we got
cars are getting ready.
Thursday night football. We got Friday night football, and then we got Saturday night football back in Laredo. United South against Harlingen. That's a big RGV and Laredo game that we're gonna cover on RealSportsLive.com. So there you go, man.
Great games this week. Hopefully our local teams will do well. But something that they got to take count is the weather.
Yeah, the weather.
If you're a passing team and the weather, Mother Nature, we can't control Mother Nature.
No, we can't.
But we can control the plays. And once you give a play and the kids execute, if they make a mistake, so be it. You live to see another down. But if it's raining, you have to adjust your game because you cannot throw the ball in the rain. So
well, you went 5-1 in the Ram Country Auto World.
And I'm going to go 5-1 this week too.
Well, let me ask you this: now that both coaches are gone, and who you got, Southwest or Eagle Pass?
Man, these guys have played hard the last couple of years, and I haven't seen anything on Southwest. Don't no idea. I just know it's hard to replace a kid like Torres in the backfield and a leader and all that. So,
yeah.
I mean, I'm going to take the Eagles just because I'm from here.
But
I think it's going to be a close game. They always play close, but I can't bet against the Eagles just yet.
There you go. And then, of course, they're at home. Uvalde comes into town. The Coyotes, they're coming into the Student Activity Center and the Cozell Foster Memorial Stadium and take on the Mavericks after shutout. Do you think there's another shutout in the –
Absolutely not.
No.
Uvalde has some weapons, and here's the reality. If you know anything about the game of football or sports in general, it don't matter who you put on someone. You're not going to stop Terrell Owens, Odell Beckham, or Antonio Brown. So these plays
players make plays, athletes make plays. So they got some athletes on their side. I mean, Eagle Pass had them 28-0, but when you're winning, you get complacent, you get lackadaisical, and that's when they're going to get there. So U Valley's going to get theirs. I just hope not enough, and that the Mavericks pull away. But you're not going to stop the quarterback and the receiver. It's impossible. Yeah. They will score, but again, 77 yards on offense they gave up. Sure, it wasn't the greatest opponent, but still, to hold the team to that level is good. So I look forward to good things from Eric and his defense this week, and I believe the Mavericks will get it done by a smidge because of home field, but they should be able to tame them guys and fly the football, and they can run the ball, so they should be okay.
There you go. So he picked the Eagles and he picked CC Win. I'm doing both.
But I won't do it every season, every week. I promise you.
Don't forget, guys, next week, 10 o'clock, 10 a.m., we're going to be live from Ram Country Auto World. 1997 North Veterans Boulevard, 872.
Right across the street from the Holiday Inn Express.
Yeah, and then right next to Ashley
on the way to Autoway Academy. So you can buy a car or a truck and then go buy some stuff to go fishing.
There you go. So, guys, don't forget, call them up. 830-872-3444 is the number to call. Make sure you ask for a Grant Bibb and tell them that Freddie sent you, just because I sent a lot of people in his way. We're live from Mi Pueblo Restaurant, 1920 North Veterans Boulevard. Make sure you guys come on by. They got great breakfast. Now they're getting ready for lunch.
I've only ate here. This is the second time I've ate here.
Yeah.
With the food this morning was awesome, and they're going to give you free food if you bring your child
on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Yeah.
So come on down. Great hospitality, great food, and if you come, whether you're a single parent or husband and wife, bring your child. They get to eat for free, and the food's really good. So I recommend Mi Pueblo that you come out here. Great people.
So that is it from us here from Mi Pueblo Restaurant. That is it for Gridiron Talk. Another week 2. Let's see what happens in Texas high school football. Thank
Freddie,
you, Grant, for
safe travels. We'll link up sometime next week.
Yeah,
have fun out there.
This next week, next week you're actually going to be live with us next week too.
Correct.
During the game.
That's correct.
So, again, he's going to be live with us.
I'll be traveling once or twice. Yeah. Work commitments. So I'm going to go out and represent and support the Eagles on the road as well as the Mavericks. But because of my job, my commitments, I got to make sure I keep a job so I can sponsor everything else.
Yeah. So thank you once again. You're watching Gridiron Talk on RealSportsLive.com, Real Sports Live Southwest. I'm Freddie Dea. Keep talking sports.
Without the delays of a traditional emergency room, we utilize the full services of a standard ER department, including CT scan, bedside emergency ultrasound, x-rays, and a full clinical laboratory, with a focus on getting you taken care of without long wait times. STAT Emergency Center is here to offer emergency services any day of the week and around the clock. Get the care you deserve. Get treated, not seated.
Sarita's Tortilla Factory, with 3 great locations to serve you in Maverick County. Come try our delicious barbacoa with the tortillas. Si son Saritas, ni me las calientes. Also, you can get our tortillas in Laredo, Texas at your local supermarket. That's Sarita's Tortilla Factory.